Yeah, well, the significance of that sampling is that what we've gone out and done and got some grab samples is we've gone out and just to assess whether there is actually any heavy mineral sands on the project at all. And there was. So that was a positive. The second positive that came out of it was that of the grab samples we got, we did a pan concentrate, which is not a drill hole or a representative sample, but what we wanted to do is the assemblage. So in the heavy minerals, what was it composed of? So was it all what we call trash minerals? So typically you'd go somewhere and you might get 80% or more, most of it would be trash minerals, maybe a little bit of zircon, a little bit of rutile or the titanium minerals. This was the other way around, which is what we want. So we had very low, 10 to 20% of trash minerals, the magnetite and iron ores that we don't really like. And we had up to 35% zircon. And zircon's one of the highest value products in the mineral sands industry. It's worth around just over $2,000 a ton. We also had some ilmenite that was quite weathered. So it's weathered through to rutile. Rutile is almost the best quality or the highest percentage of titanium dioxide. So ilmenite to rutile is the scale of good titanium or bad titanium, and the ilmenite gets weathered through to pseudo rutile, and then rutile is the best and the highest value product. So the more of the rutile and the pseudo rutile you've got, and the more zircon you have, the better off a deposit would be if there is one in existence. So what it told us was that we have the potential with that assemblage that it would be a really good result for our shareholders if we can go out and delineate a deposit. So worth doing some exploration. Yeah, well, they're both in the same Macquarie Arc, the Junai Narromine volcanic belt, which runs for hundreds of kilometres, and it's prospective for some of the largest gold and copper systems in Australia are actually operating mines in that same belt. So it's prospective for both gold and copper, and we really like that area because what we're doing is we're building out a pipeline of targets, if you like, so that if we've got the heavy mineral sands is a really interesting new addition to the stable, if you like. But we've also got other drill targets. So we've got that sort of pre-discovery, working up some validation steps. So complementing the Theseus project complements that copper gold project up in the north, the Byrock project, but also both of them are complementary to our overall strategy, which is to be, every quarter we want to be out there drilling potentially the next big discovery and we're the next big news item. Well, yeah, really good question. We've sort of stated quite a few times that we're really focused on copper and gold. We see those as the good precious metal base metals that have got long-term value drivers for a company's success. And the other one is near surface uranium, paleochannel uranium. Um, the how does the discovery or how does the HMS project complement it? Look, if we can get some runs on the board on near the Peake project with the HMS property, then we've already started doing some project generation, putting our foot down on some other areas there. We'll probably lean in a bit harder on that. But your question was, what other minerals are you targeting? We're going to keep building ourselves a portfolio of drill ready targets or validating near sort of that next discovery success on the next drill program. We're going to keep building out targets like that, and we'll probably stick to copper and gold as our primary focus.